What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back for another TokuBrew podcast this week in Toku. With me, as always,
I'm Stormy. Hello.
and we are obviously back for this week's KingOhger and Kamen Rider Gotchard. I don't know why I said them backwards in the order we talk about them, but hey.
No, it's redo it. I'm kidding. It's
No.
fine.
So, this is actually one of the first times we can probably actually look at news.
Oh yeah, this is relevant.
Yeah, maybe this will be relevant. Who knows? Jet Jaguar. That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
That's all I have to say. We don't need to talk about Bandai's assault on everyone's wallet.
Oh my gosh, all the KingOhger stuff.
Not only just KingOhger stuff, all the Gaim stuff. It's fucking insane. But
Yeah,
that's about all we can say.
I just saw when the second you saw me, even just the first one, I was just like, oh, R.I.P. your wallet, and I knew.
And then
what
about Geed? All the Geed stuff they're gonna.
Oh my god, I forgot about the Geed stuff. My wallet too. No. Geed's my boy.
Yeah, and there's some Godzilla trailers. That's fun. But yeah,
When's that coming out? It's not this year. Is that near Christmas?
Yeah, that's sometime this month, I think.
Really?
I think.
I mean, I hope we get to go watch it.
We can dream.
I hope so.
And
Probably not. We haven't had very much luck,
But yeah.
but
So, you ready to get into Gotchard?
yeah. This
Do you
one's
have much to say?
not a whole
This
lot,
episode
except
was
for
okay.
this one was sorry. It was kind of spooky. It was a little spooky themed. It wasn't like Halloween or anything, but it was spooky.
Can we get into the thing where they're just going to Kyoto?
Yeah,
That's the
and they're so
episode.
excited, and it's really cute because you
They have
really
to
see
get a group.
that you really see Gotchard just be an absolute menace in this.
And it's so funny because
They even yell. Remember, they were like yelling in that one where he screamed like R2D2,
oh my god, yeah.
where he's holding
Like
up the rice bowl.
Yes.
Which is like he literally just
Yeah.
went for it.
And we have
This was something I
was
talked to you
okay.
a little bit. So this is very much an episode where they were just kind of answering some questions on how the world works. I feel like it was a little bit info dumpy, a little bit exposition-y.
it really didn't have a whole lot outside of
It was just like,
weird guy-
haha, here's the circumstance. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I wanted
We-
to know, so maybe it was just like if they're not going to understand this, we need to like clarify it before it gets more complicated,
Yeah.
so they don't get more confused. I
Also-
mean, if that's the case, I guess, but
Yeah, also weird guy gets love story question mark.
oh yeah, his curly haired friend that keeps trying to be like, I'm trying
Keep
to get a
getting his
picture.
mind wiped.
So I think they haven't been super clear what his like thing has been. So he's kind of like the conspiracy theorist. So he's like all into like aliens, and I believe he wrote
He's like aliens did it.
like the whole thing with like their trip to Kyoto. It wasn't something I necessarily understood. I think it might just be
Well,
a culture difference, but like
yeah, but they were in groups because they have to do like a report of some sort.
some sort of like essay or report, and they had
In
to
groups.
have in like a group. So obviously these three end up lumping together.
Gotchard immediately walks over to main girl, and she's like, "What makes you think I'm gonna group up with you? Because there's nobody else left."
And she's shut up.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "God damn it!" It's like she sees and regrets the choices she has made. Valvarad is just trying to hunt down the other girl.
Yeah,
The
and then
the
we
other
do get
Haiti
something
sister?
kind of interesting. I imagine we're not like super keen on just like. I mean, we could probably talk about both of these.
We will talk about the
instances.
more important fight later, but this fight was okay, but we did find out you can fuse more than one chemi.
And they didn't go off of the number, but they both had plant ones.
Yeah, it was like they did plant ones, and then they even show that Valvarad can Spanner can do 3.
Yeah, but they're all vehicle types.
Yeah, so it's like they often have seemingly have to be consistent.
This is what I was going to say, but then you're like, I'm gonna save it for later. But I was like, oh, okay. Rude.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. Anyway, I still really like this suit.
Yeah, I like how you kept forgetting that wasn't their hand.
I don't know what about it. It's just really well done. But anyway, so he basically had to beg his dog to stay home while he went on his trip.
Oh yeah, Gotchard was weirdly depressed.
No, it was Hopper that was just like, no, don't leave me.
Yeah, but you remember because Gotchard felt bad about it.
Yeah, but even I keep forgetting her name, but like main girl,
Yeah.
even she was just like, why don't you just bring him in a card?
And he's just like, it's a school trip.
I thought they
Dummy.
I thought they were gonna go the more Pokemon route of just being like, he doesn't like being in the card, like how Pikachu doesn't like being in a Pokeball.
Yeah. So.
We have another Stabby McGee.
Oh yeah, because the other Hades sister, not the one that's literally 9, went to go get murderers.
There's the 9-year-old, there's the tough one, and then there's like the sassy pretty one. I almost like Dragon Ball villains.
Yeah. So the buff one decides to break out another guy who likes stabbing, like he's licking a knife, and I forget what he was.
It was the Bat Gundam one, essentially. It was Bat, sort of robot.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, because Gotchard left all his cards, and he was he was like a cherry tree kind of monster.
Oh, the guy, yeah, he was like an apple tree or something like
cherry
that.
Tree kind of guy, and, like, he's just, like,
I thought you were
Stabby
talking
McGee
about
ran
his
into the
form.
teacher first, and the teacher just kind of looked like, fuck this. And then we immediately get a Gundam fight, like you said.
Oh my, and it's all Halloween colors.
It is CGI as hell.
I'm realizing we basically skipped over the rest of the episode, which is this weird love story.
Well, wait, I want to talk about the fight first. It's the coolest part of the episode, in my opinion.
Okay, fine, go ahead.
It was just like, it literally was just this big CGI floating around, because, like, are they gonna sell a toy of this? Is that what they're thinking?
I hope so. And you know that there's gonna be like a version that's big enough to actually hold your driver, and it's gonna be like $600.
Oh, that'd be funny. But yeah, so now let's get to the love story, I guess.
So from what I can tell, again, there's a little bit of a culture difference.
Nerd guy likes aliens.
Because he's like the conspiracy theorist of the group, and while he was chasing Hopper trying to get a picture of it, he runs into this girl and they apparently wrote for like because
they wrote to the same magazine.
They wrote to the same magazine, and this thing is like popped up because it has to do with like their trip or something like that. They had to have a goal or something like that, and one of them was like, "Oh, there's been aliens popping up," and I imagine that's probably a card or something. We'll see later. But and they get distracted, like, no, let's get you the girl, man, and because like they immediately,
and she believes in ghosts.
To be fair, they legitimately did have a lot of chemistry. They immediately sparked up a really good conversation.
I don't know if I got a picture of her.
I don't think you did looking at it.
Too bad.
But like she's like, oh, I go and the spot because it's an actual filming location.
Yeah, well, it's something Toei owns. It's like the Kyoto something movie studio, I want to say, or something.
Which
like
I imagine is where they do a lot of like period films and because it's essentially a whole like it's almost like a Disneyland but for like the Showa era, not Showa. What is the era that they really like?
They like a lot of eras.
Well, it's like an older themed town essentially, and like there's actors and there's like a haunted house.
Oh, the haunted house.
They go through that. We got a great picture.
It's so funny.
And she was one of the scare actors, and then they recommune. And I think she like ran off for like some reason.
They were hitting it off again, and all of a sudden he was suddenly just
she got like a phone call or something. It's like, I have to go.
And that's
I think that's pretty much what that is. Anything I liked it. It was a lot of things that I liked. It had some spooky. It had some romance. It had a good fight with a big robot. I mean, the
big robot was the biggest cool thing, and it's just like I like how the only reason he used that form was because he didn't have anything else.
Yeah, he's just like, I left them all home. Even she was just like, why is this the one thing you take serious? But I'll admit I'm a sucker for romance stories, so I thought it was really cute. Yeah. Like the fact that it looked like they actually had some really good chemistry between the two of them.
Gotchard really likes people who stab. Like they have a lot of people.
Oh, they're scary. Then they have a knife for stabbing.
Exactly.
He's the craved butt stabber.
And we immediately go to KingOhger, and
all right, KingOhger, baby.
So this is
Reculus, our boy. He's back.
Yanma.
By the way, apparently we've been saying his name wrong the whole time.
I thought it was Yanma.
It's Yanma, Yanma.
Yanma.
Yanma. They really enunciate it, so I wonder if like people have just been misspelling it a lot, so they're like, maybe we should enunciate a little better.
But either way, we open back up immediately where we were. Where Reculus is like, "I'm back, bitch," and
I still feel like
what's his face? Gyro was immediately just like, "I'll kill him."
I'll kill you 1,000 times.
And Jeremy was just like, fuck that shit. We gotta get out of here.
I honestly do wonder if they're gonna do a redemption arc with him because I can't speak. Arc. I'm a dog. But
oh my god.
So I really wonder if they're going to be going with the theory I've had this whole time of Reculus, like this family, because they keep saying that this family is like connected to this king and is like enslaved to this king, essentially, whatever the heck they said.
Yeah.
And I really wonder if it's like they have been specifically in charge of just messing up the world,
And just making sure conflict is abound.
to keep him entertained, because that's what he kept mentioning about entertainment, and he looks legitimately pissed in this when he has to bow to him.
Yeah, he doesn't seemingly
Redemption
like
arc!
to be...
Redemption arc!
Well, that and or he just doesn't like that he's not the top.
That's what I think they're playing into, but again, I think Jeremy's reading between the lines here.
Yeah. And long
And
story
I also
short,
want to mention it in case I'm right, so I can say I told you so.
Either way, Jeremy's like, yeah, we can't let them get a hold of you.
Because, like, you're our greatest weapon, you're the Tyrant King. They don't say it, but it's like, yeah, he's the Tyrant King.
Not the Tyrant King. It's because of his ability with the shoe gods.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Like, that's 100%
Yeah,
lie.
it's like, if you get captured, we're screwed.
And then Duga, they find him, like, freezing his ass off. And
he's
he's
like, I'm sorry!
And he's just like, they took my family hostage.
And then we get a new...
Like, he also...
We get a new review... Let me in! It's the meme.
Yeah, he has his own let me in, because he was just apparently hanging on to God Tarantula for dear life.
While just going through probably 0-degree weather.
And then we immediately see Yama, like, he went back to Nunkasopa and was immediately just like, hey, guys, what's going on? And they're like, we're gonna destroy all the computers.
And then they beat the living hell out of him.
Yeah, and then he goes back to Jeremy and Gyra, and they're like, well, what the fuck are we gonna do? And that's when Kaburagi shows up, and he's like, hey, yeah, they're after me too in my kingdom.
Well, here's the thing. They also call Kimino and Rita, and they're just like, yeah, we already settled it, but I am convinced both of them are fakes, because...
Rita, I don't know for sure.
Well, they had, like, a robotic scream. Like, they did their, like, yell, but it was, like, glitching. Like, it was the cyborg robot.
Guess we're gonna have to see.
And obviously, Himino, I mean...
Himino was doing the Kame Jim mannerisms.
Yeah, they're doing the mannerisms a little bit, and also we know for a fact that that specific asshole is able to do that because he was Cogsworth for the longest time.
Yeah, he was Boshimir. But yeah, no. Long story short, Yanma just calls Curly Q, as we call him, and was just like, hey, bro, what are you doing?
He's like, oh, I didn't get and because... They actually established what I think they might have thought is like, hey guys, you think this was a plot hole? Guess what? It's not. Because they're like, oh, if she just does like a world broadcast, how is she not able to just enslave the whole planet? It's like, oh, she has to whisper in your ear. The reason my kingdom fell first was because we wear headphones. Everybody has a pair of headphones, so she was able to whisper in their ear. And the reason Curly Q is infected is because they're like, I learned from last time. I'm wearing ear protection. He had like little,
like,
what are they called?
Earplugs.
Earplugs, yeah.
Yeah, and he brings up about counterfeit money, and we get a first flashback.
Why would you mention that? Shut up. Don't
Are there cops listening?
So...
Is Rita nearby? Shut the fuck up.
So, essentially, we get to see a lot of backstory between these two.
He's part
and
of
just
a gang.
How did Curly Q come to respect Yama this much? And we actually do get to see them, like... all badass and
they were
being
leading
the
a
bad
gang.
guy. And I don't think they were the leader. That was what that one
shit.
mafia boss guy was, I imagine.
Oh yeah, Mafia McGee.
Yeah, because they lost
jacket.
their king. They mentioned that they had
king
like
left.
Their king like left or something like that. I wonder if that'll come up later. But so it basically just fell into ruin, and I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. We kind of just learn about it in pieces. Yeah, and it's nice.
Let's
it's
just
good.
talk about that all now. Like, let's just do it as one chunk.
Sure.
Instead of doing a play-by-play, let's just talk about that in one chunk.
Sure.
And then, yeah, pretty much their pimp wants, like, him to be like, I'm gonna kill you with my spike
Because
bat.
Yama, like, outed their organization of producing counterfeit money, essentially.
Well, or had a device that can do it. And he pretty much stood his ground saying, he's like, I have nothing to fucking lose, bro. Eat shit. And
Curly Q's like,
oh my.
He's so cool!
Yeah, and you just see him break. And you see that they just beat the shit out of this pimp until he's just gone.
In the arms of the angel.
And that's when Curly Q says that he's going to follow Yama until the day he dies. And this was all interplayed by something that will happen a little bit later in the episode when he gets mind controlled.
All right, so yeah, the leech girl. So what?
They immediately get
so
there.
what they've basically said for everyone to do is destroy every computer.
They want the top computer.
They want the top computer, but they even said destroy every computer as well. And Yama, that's what his laptop is. Essentially, the whole city revolves around this laptop. It's what everything is run on. Essentially,
and if it goes, it takes it down.
If that goes, the whole city's taken down. Essentially, and. And then like they, so when they're going to like to Curly Q, like he's like, oh hey guys, what's up? And he takes his ear things out, and she's right behind him. They're like, no.
Wait, no, that's not before. I want to do the Kaburagi thing first.
Oh yeah, because they do.
Because they immediately show up and like they immediately take out like the random Denizens headphones, and they're like, they should be fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
And she immediately pops up and walks up to Kaburagi and was just like, hey, destroy that shit for me, please, thank you. And he was just like, yep, and he picks her up
and just
suplexes and reveals that her abilities do not work on him.
Simply because, like, he tells so many lies, he believes them himself, so, yeah, he gaslights everybody, he gaslights himself, he's just like, I am the master of gaslighting, you can't gaslight me.
Yeah, he's like,
you can't trick me because I trick myself.
He's like, I even betray myself.
It's just like, and honestly...
I love that her reaction is,
he's so manipulative, nothing works on him, which is hilarious. It's so correct for him, it's so funny.
Yeah, the fact that she's questioning it.
She's just like, what the heck?
And immediately Curly Q is at the tower, and then, like, she tries to pretty much take over his mind.
Because he's like, hey, what's up? He takes them out, and they're like, no, you fool. And then she's just like, go destroy the computer.
And you just see how resilient this guy is.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He immediately goes to go and fight Yama.
But stops.
And then, I shit you not, puts on the lightning helmet.
Yeah, the lightning rod
that detects lies. Back. Oh my gosh, Chekhov's lightning helmet.
And, like, he just keeps zapping the crap out of him. And he's literally
he's zapping the crap out of himself.
Exactly, and he's just on the verge of dying. And, like, the only way to free him of this, or not to kill him, is to destroy the laptop.
Or destroy her, which I don't know why they didn't try to do that.
I think they already knew they couldn't. And he destroys the
laptop. And
we just see the city go down.
The whole place.
It's like a wasteland.
And it just what's even Curly Q's just like, what's wrong with you? Like everything, like what the hell? And it's just kind of like
I've got something I can lose.
I have something I can lose now. I
guess I became privileged.
And just like them just crying, just being like, I'm so sorry, but also thank you, but also I'm sorry, and just being like, well, we're just starting from 0 going to 1 again.
Exactly.
And then they just scream out, and I'm wondering almost why. I'm just like, I have to do it all over again. It's all...
Well,
but man, like
what
a big status quo change, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
A whole city is just destroyed now.
Yeah, and
I kind of hope that they treat it like it's not just a quick fix, honestly.
Well, to be fair, it's something he also easily shows that he can rebuild. He could do it again. So it's something you know is going to happen, but I hope it does take time. And it's definitely a big shakeup within the show itself. And I think this was a really good... Because it's been a little bit since we got to see Yama. You know what I mean?
We haven't seen him be a badass in a while.
Like, and you just kind of see where he kind of got this idea and where he holds himself. You really didn't see Himino or Rita at all in this episode. Kaburagi was being a 10 out of 10 this whole episode. You know what I mean?
We love him.
He was so good.
Also, I had to let you know that Suzume did, in fact, look very distressed seeing everything. I really wonder if, like... If my theory with Reculus is correct in being like he technically was a good guy the whole time, he was just trying to protect them in the only way that he could have, and Suzume found out, and then that's why she was okay with marrying him, and and they actually do like each other, but they can't show it.
I don't know
because it doesn't fit like the dictator personality he's essentially set up for himself.
I guess.
Again, my theory is strong, and I hope it's correct.
That's. It's like, we really didn't gain anything else. We just got Yama backstory, and that was good. I will still say I like this episode way better than the Gotchard episode, but there are better KingOhger episodes.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
Yeah, this is probably one of the
really
weaker ones we've seen in a little bit, but I think there's just a lot, you know?
It needed it, I think. I think it finally fleshed out some of these characters, and we've had these characters for a long time, so it's like,
It's been a while
We're
since
just
we have a
seeing the
Yama episode
foundation.
because since he started so long ago.
Yeah, because he was like the first one we got to meet. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of fun. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to say? Any favorite moments? What
honestly, just looking over that destroyed city is just such a pretty picture. Honestly.
Yeah. It makes me again. What's the aftermath of this? What's the shakeup?
Yeah, that's kind of more of what I'm curious about. I just
Like,
kind of want to know more.
is it a fake computer? Was that fake? Like,
I thought that's what they were gonna do. That because Jeremy was there, it was gonna be fake or something, or maybe they became prepared, something like that. But no.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, next seems to be a Himino based episode.
Yeah, it looks like it. So
Yeah,
this
she's
looks
gonna
like
get arranged married, I guess.
an arranged marriage.
Something like that. So,
I guess.
Do you have anything else you have to say? Because this is kind of a quick one.
Yeah, this is kind of a quick one. I feel like both didn't have it wasn't like super heavy.
There's nothing
plot.
in depth that we really want to talk about.
It's more just
I
that
liked it
backstory.
though. It's
It was
like I don't want to
good.
make it sound like I didn't like it. We didn't see a mecha fight this episode.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't.
I don't think we saw KingOhger at all.
Huh.
That was
I
weird.
guess because two of the
Tarantula.
people were out of commission, so.
I guess. I don't know. I just realized that. I feel like maybe that's why. I don't know.
Huh.
It's a fun time though.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah. And until next week, thank you so much for listening. And until then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.